Hello, boys and girls and children of all ages. Welcome to another edition of Montez at Midday. Thank you all for tuning in today on this What It Do Wednesday, way back Wednesday edition of the show. How's everybody doing today? If you're following us on Facebook, thank you so much. We have a page on Facebook, Dre Montez, as well as X at W2B Dre Montez, and YouTube, Dre Montez. If you're watching on TikTok, thank you so much. If you want to follow us on TikTok as well, we're at TikTok, Dre Montez 63. Got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. There we go. You got to hug it out. I got to hug it out sometimes. Fellow Libras, stand up. If you're a Libra and you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my cousins, former softball teammates, and former classmates at Sumner High School with homecoming is coming up in 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, if you celebrate anything special today outside of a birthday, congratulations. You deserve it. If you just got a ride now, finally, you got your ride, you got your vehicle, you don't need nobody to get you anywhere you got to go. We are proud of you for sure. There it is, good people. I don't want to say it was a big sports night, but there was some things going on. Welcome back, hockey. But before we get into it, let's get on to our uplifted of the day. Uplift some people. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete with anyone. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. There you go right there. That'll get you through the day right there with a good hug, good walk in the morning. Little smoke or two, kiss on the lip by the dog or your loved one. All those things go together to make the great what? Great. Makes the day great. Makes you appreciate the details of the day for sure. Again, if it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Speculation is all over the place. Hockey season just started. Now your speculation is about the future of your favorite NHL team. Football is in that pivotal time right now. Who's right, who's wrong? Player, coach, management, or just the whole organization. Basketball, the anticipation on what your team did last year, and now we're about to come back on into it. Major League Baseball is quickly and fastly winding down to get us to the point of who's going to be meeting each other in the World Series. But to start things off today, kind of got me on the Dylan Brooks issue with the NBA preseason. Verbiage has come out through the NBA, through his former team, the Memphis Grizzlies, and other players of being a dirty player. We've been through the bullying phase, whether you play ball or not, through education, whether you're academically smart or you just out there on the field or court balling. We all run across that phase or stage of bulliness, whether you participated in it or it came your way. It just happens. No one writes the rules on it. It just happens. But when you get into the state of playing a sport and you find a way to turn into a dirty player, creating a malicious act, what can injure a player or worse, death in a player, or you can end a career. We have seen several examples of dirty play in all facets of sports. We have seen it. So what can be done now from a professional standpoint of these sports entities, each league across the board? We saw the horrific hit Bertuzzi, called Bashir Bertuzzi, NHL a few years ago. Horrible, horrible. We saw the malice in the palace. A dirty play led up to that. Football, we could talk for hours on football dirtiest plays. It was commonplace because it's a gridiron sport. It's a manly man's game. It's like having a car wreck every game. But now, the way technology is involved, and science, and common sense, I think the NFL right now is pretty much on the point. Okay, we're going to nip this in the bud. Now, the NBA. We have seen some dirty plays out there. Very, very dirty plays. To hit an athlete, a male athlete, in the groin area on purpose. I don't think a fine. I don't think money is enough. I don't think a 5-game suspension is enough. I think we need to take some money, put that money to good use in the community of said town, a hometown where that player's from. They have no decision on this. Let's make it hurt. Because right now we're just giving dirty players a slap on the wrist. It really goes into who the dirty play was upon. If it's a household name that's selling jerseys and selling out arenas and fields and ballparks and stadiums, I'm quite sure the fine is going to be hefty. But if they treat it the same way across the board, I think the message will come out a lot clearer, a lot louder. Because that is just egregious behavior I don't think any sport needs. To have a dirty player, and you know this player is a part of your team, your organization, your philosophy. Someone's going to take aim, do this, do that, do this, and do that. And then it turns into a let's one up another. Now we got to fight. Now we got multiple people involved. Then some people will take it outside of the sports. We've seen this before when beef goes too far, when a dirty play goes too far. You make a comment about an athlete on Instagram and you got to match up with them. Watch out. Watch out. There's no telling. We're to that point right now. We're not at the look at me no more. It's more of the look at what I'm going to do. I told you what I was going to do. It's an old saying in the hood when you hear this, all right, that could go any way. All right, can go any damn way you want it to. And we're seeing this in the NBA. The next time you watch I don't want to say preseason, but when the season starts in NBA, pay attention to the body language on the bench, the people on the bench, and the people right behind the bench. Watch the body language. You can really follow it the next day on NBA TV because you've already seen the games play out. You know what's happening. Now you can direct your attention to something else when you watch the game, i.e. like I did the Kansas City Football Chiefs in Minnesota game. I didn't watch that game Sunday. I watched that game this morning. And wow, I'm starting to agree. This shit is scripted with Kansas City. But back to what I'm saying about dirty players. What can and what should we do with dirty players in all sports? We already had a bullying incident with the Miami Dolphins. Now that was a wild situation. That was wild. No need to get into that. We're trying to uplift the movement here, keep things in a positive perspective. But dirty players, there's no room for that. No room for it. And then let's say you root for that player and you happen to wear that jersey out in public. Now you got to defend that. Now you in some beef. So I don't know what the NBA needs to do, but it needs to nip this in the bud right now before the regular season starts. Because he's not the only one that has done it in the league. And I don't think he will be the last one to do it in the league until the NBA and each sports league really lets it be known we're not going to tolerate this shit anymore. Then I think it'll hit home then. Then they'll get some normalcy to the matter. Get out here and just play the game as you're supposed to. Play the game the way it should be played. With some respect, some knowledge, and some care for the sports. Montez at midday here. We just got done talking about dirty players. We're going to keep it moving on along because it is the Major League Baseball playoffs. If you're a Major League Baseball fan, I'm quite sure you don't like the new playoff format. If you win 100 games in Major League Baseball and you don't make it to the series, is it more due to the emphasis that you put on winning the regular season, going after the division title, or is it more emphasis on the break? That 1 week break. If you win your division, you get a week break and you play the wild card winner. And I think sleeping Giants, the Baltimore Orioles, were asleep, and they ran up against Texas, who came into the postseason not really on a win streak, not on a losing streak, but they were like in an identity crisis. What team are we going to be? Because they were hot as hell in August. That last 45 days of the season, we didn't know what Texas was trying to do. We didn't know. Injury bug hit them, bad coaching moves, and the bats kind of got silent. But they found a way after the wild card round. And teams in the wild card, they're juiced. They have nothing to lose. Nobody expected us to be here. A majority of the wild card teams in Major League Baseball, they don't get in until the final 2 weeks of the season. And now they're juiced. You got that younger talent up there. We're going to keep what we have. Coach going to do what he's been letting go the past 2-3 weeks anyway. So what do we have to lose? We have fulfilled each and every expectation across the board. But the Baltimore Orioles, the job did not get done. And the same thing could happen with the Dodgers. Same thing could happen with them. I believe it could have happened with the Stros. Cheaters. Bang the drum. I still think all Astro games, I'm getting extra security. Anybody with 2 cell phones, you out. Anybody with 2 smartwatches, you out. Any reflective type shirt sitting in the outfield, you out. We're taking all that cheating mechanism away from Astros. I don't want no problems. But Dre, you think Dusty cheated? I didn't say Dusty cheated, but he knew. If AJ knew, how Dusty didn't know? He knew what them boys did the year before he got the job. But again, the new playoff format, and now they switched the time of the game from 1 o'clock today to 6 o'clock tonight. Baseball, I need you to make up your mind on certain things. Just like NFL. What's reviewable? What's reviewable? What's a strike? More important, what is a strike? And how many more apps or streaming services do we have to download next year, Major League Baseball? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. It's getting a little outrageous right now. And this is the last time I'm going to tell anybody that faces the Astros. But you get in here real tight. This is the last time I'm going to say this. Stop pitching to the Stros first baseman. Every time he come up to bat, I don't care if the base is loaded. Walking. Each and every time. This man, the announcer said it yesterday. Why do they keep pitching to this man? We cannot be smarter than you guys that get paid millions of dollars to manage the game. And you go out here time and time again doing the same thing. Look at what he did in the playoffs in the World Series last year. But we as fans, we're wrong. We're wrong. Guess we'll see what the action today in Major League Baseball, what the Stros are going to do, and what the Dodgers are going to do at Chavez Ravine. Magic, we heard you make your comments about your new football team you got. Did you go too far? Did you speak too soon? Because now your Dodgers are in jeopardy. So we're going to see how this thing really plays out. And I think the key things to victory, moving ahead for both of these matchups, is the top of the order and the bullpen. Top of the order in the bullpen. These 1 for 12s, these 1 for 9s, it cannot happen. If you don't get a hit the second time at bat, pinch it, and we losing, everybody in this whole dugout swinging today. I'm using every pitcher. Everybody's going to play. If we get to the point, nobody's hitting the ball. We can't find a strike. We can't find any connection out there. What's the camaraderie? We're going to do something to shake up the system a little bit. Speaking of shaking up the system, I think we all have done this before. Whether you're driving, walking, you're in that thought process, and you end up taking a different route, going a different way. You know, why do we go that way? And something happens on that journey. You meet someone you never thought you would meet. I'm not talking about relationship-wise. I'm just talking about you met an interesting person. You had a conversation that made sense. You got context out of it, content out of it. But if you wouldn't have went that way, you'd never met that individual. You're driving. You take an exit you've never taken before. And something tells you to get out of the car. You take a walk or you take a sit down and you see something you never thought you would see. You live in this town, you live in this city, you live in this neighborhood, but you never went on that street. Most people say it's a higher calling. It's intuition. Something inside you told you to go that way. Maybe it was a bird you looked at, told you to turn. It was a crackle of a sound, a hip hop song you heard. Let me turn down here and see what's going on down here. But those times that we do take those detours of life, it's interesting how it all turns out. The positivity that comes from it. You've been living in this neighborhood for 15 years. And this one particular day, the one street you never went right on, never turned down right on this street. And you meet the most amazing individual who is telling you things that you wanted to hear, need to hear and can utilize in your tools for success. That's the most interesting thing, I think, in our daily journeys of life. People have a schedule and a routine and a route that they take. But when you get knocked off those routes, don't let it ruin your day. In the words of Zig Ziglar, don't let it ruin your day because you get knocked off track or off your route. Sometimes things are not intentional, but for you to see the bigger picture of things. Again, this is not a romantic walk or a sexual type thing. I'm talking about enlightenment of life, of everyday connectivity. They say we all need touch. They say we all need that. And I think we all need that sense of being. And you get that true sense of being when you take that unexpected route, that unexpected walk. The people that you meet, the conversations that you have, the things that you see, they all turn out to be very important things if applied the right way. It is Way Back Wednesday edition of the show of Montez at Midday, coming to you Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and the X as well. And occasionally we'll dabble on over to TikTok for sure. But right now we're going to take a small break, have a word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Be right back.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Get your scrub on, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Montez at Midday. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this day? My favorite type of weather. What's up, Skinny? What's going on, dog? What's going on with you, brother? What's going on? What's going on with you? What is going on? What's going on, James? How we doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Talked a little bit about dirty players in NBA. With dirty players in sports, period. But Dylan Brooks went too far, going below the Mendoza line, hitting the man on his groin. To what avail? To what avail? To what avail? Does the bye week hurt some teams when it gets to the postseason? I think in football, the bye week is used to that, refreshing up the guys that are not truly 100%. They use it. The wild card to me is a little tougher in NFL because they need that break. They need that break. But in baseball, it seems as though it could be an issue. Could be an issue. NBA, who cares? Them guys on load management any damn way. And when you're going somewhere by car, by foot, or whatever mode of transportation you're taking, and you get taken off the path you originally want to take, and you see something, experience something, or meet someone, it turns out to be a very meaningful, enlightful experience. That's why I was going with that right there. Okay, they're giving us new ways to live our lifestyle. People are taking out different ways to live the way they want to live. They're not the conventional house anymore, apartment, condo. The roommate situation has changed across the board. All of this to me has really come out since COVID, the different lifestyles that people have, especially now that more seniors are thinking about living on a cruise ship as opposed to living in senior living or having your kids stuff you in a senior living and don't care and they take all your damn money. But you have to be, I guess, aware of the financial commitment from different lifestyles you're going to have and living. No matter what age you are, there are more 30 to 45-year-olds that are living now in RVs and vans, converted school buses. They're traveling, they're doing what they want to do, and they're doing it in a way that's not the most convenient way to live here in 2023. But if it makes sense for you, who cares what other people think? That's our issue. We're always worried about what other people think. If we worried about ourselves. Remember they told you that in school coming up? Usually around 5th grade when you're about to go into that new building, 6 through 8, them big old kids. You're like, that's some big-ass kids over there. And your teacher or principal tells you, just worry about yourself. Just worry about yourself. Then as you get older in the military and out the military, they tell you, hey, worry about yourself and your neighbor. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. But it's right there. The RV living, oh, man. That is a lifestyle I have been wanting. I want to say since early 2000, I've been wanting the RV lifestyle. Damn a house, damn an apartment, condo, roommate, give me my tree hugger girlfriend. You make handmade jewelry. I can talk, wrap it with sponsors, and let's go. Let's go see the United States our way. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. The van, the same way. Nice customized van. You know, not all 6 feet people sleep like they 6'5". You know, I can ball up, I can get comfortable. As long as the legs have somewhere to stretch, I'm fine. Or you have the cruise line. Now, the cruise line, I'm more intrigued by that than anything. This senior citizen couple has been doing it for 4 years, traveling and living by cruise ship. They said typically it's about 60 grand to live in a retirement home, retirement community. They say it's 38 grand, 35 to 38 grand on a cruise ship. Can you think of the people you would meet? The stories? What are you guys doing here? Where are you from? What made you take a cruise? The places you're going to go? The food? The marijuana? Oh, man. Is there a marijuana cruise line? Susan, find out if there's a marijuana cruise line. We need to check into that. And write that down. A marijuana cruise line. Long as the ship's captain not smoking. Passengers only. Passengers only. But of all of these different ways to live, RV, van, a cruise line, what's your living lifestyle? What's the one you think you could do for 2 years, no problem? Dre, I can live in an RV for 2 years, no problem. Dre, I could live in a van for 2 years, no problem. Down by the river smoking a doobie. I could live on a cruise ship for 2 years. I could live on a school bus for 2 years. Here's a question. Remember all that money Netflix was giving you and Disney was giving you to watch Harry Potter and all the Star Wars and write down some stuff, take notes, give it a review? They should do that for this. They should pay someone to live in an RV for 2 years and give a report. They should do that for a van, school bus, and a cruise line. I'm talking the real one, not these fake cash app me now. Give me your cash app number. I bless somebody today. Not that fake shit. A real legitimate company that's willing to fork out some cash for people just for the reviews, the experience, and the satisfaction. Living in an RV, a van, a cruise line, or a bus. What would you, I could. That cruise line and RV speaks volumes to me right there. It speaks volumes to me. I met someone that traveled by train for an entire summer. But to live 2 years that way, I think it can be done. Simplistic lifestyle is there. I don't think too many people buy stuff they don't need anymore. We learned a lot of things about ourselves during the shutdown. I bet a lot of you have changed your diet for its eating habits, what you buy, how much you buy, based on the shutdown. Because now you know what you need and you know what you want. I don't think too many people go to the grocery store and buy stuff they're not going to eat. I mean, who does that? You ever go over somebody else's and question what they have and they covered or they freeze? Hey, why you don't have no mayonnaise? Because I don't eat mayonnaise. Why would I buy something for other people that's not going to be at my house all the time? You have some people that buy stuff. They buy stuff just to be buying stuff. That's them. But when you find out your lifestyle and your living lifestyle, it makes things a whole lot easier for sure. Speaking of these, we'll keep it right there with that lifestyle living. Small communities, they are a thing. They are a thing. They are definitely a thing. They have pros and cons about the small community. Now with the internet the way it is and all these drones, you're finding out these hidden gems we had out there. We didn't want nobody to find out. It's like finding that one bar that has the food, the atmosphere, the location, and the pricing. And you get drunk and you start telling people where this place is at. What happens next? They go up on their prices. They start hiring any damn body. They rush to the food now. So the next time you find a hidden gem that treats you the way you want to be treated, pricing the way you feel comfortable paying, food like damn, and the people that come in are amazing. Don't tell nobody. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to you. When a bar tells you they don't want to advertise, now I know why. Now, we don't want everybody come here spoiling our shit for us. Keep that over there. Keep that over there. Keep that back there. But moving forward here. We're going to take one more break. I'm going to get you out of Nutra and put you in drive. A word from my sponsor right here. Be right back with more Montez at Midday.
St. Louis, are you suffering from depression? Our advanced mental health treatments offer support to those facing depression. Supported by science and over 1 million treatments administered, a countless number of lives have been revitalized with our newfound healing process. Because your well-being matters, we have 2 convenient St. Louis locations dedicated to your transformative pursuit of mental wellness. We understand the importance of informed decisions. Research, discover, and take the first step toward a brighter tomorrow. Visit palmiertms.com to uncover more about our non-drug treatment for depression, covered by all major insurance plans. Let us stand by your side on this journey towards mental wellness. Contact us today.
All right, good people, we're back on Montez at Midday. It's Wednesday. How'd you do at the track yesterday? Hockey's back. LGB, LGB, LGB. Let's go Blues for outside of hockey. I don't talk about hockey like that. I may just give a little snippet. Boom, hockey. Okay, there it is right there. Your scoring update. You think you like the small town life, huh? It's that Max. It used to be HBO Max. Now it's Max. They have a show on there. A little small town outside of Australia. Outside of Sydney, Australia. Forgive me. Population of 11 people. 11. But someone was murdered. So only 10 people live there in this little small community town. They have one building that's open 24/7. This is my type of town here. It's a motel. It's a pub. It's a caravan park. It's a grocery store. All of that is in, and it's not a huge building. It's very compactual. But it's in Australia. But I said in Sydney, 11 people lived there, but one person got killed. Nobody knew he was bald because he wore his hat all the time. Guy he grew up with, when he moved from Ireland, Australia, back in '66. This guy never knew he was bald. The people never knew this man was bald because he wore his hat that much. He was that synonymous with his hat. So when you have a style and a look and people don't see that, something's wrong. Something's wrong. They went to the house. His man hat was there. His caravan keys were there. Car keys were there. And it was just an eerie sense. So they don't know. I'm still in episode 1. I haven't finished all of 1 yet, but I just found it interesting to have a place open 24/7. That's a pub, a motel, a caravan park, and a grocery store. See, that's living. See, now I can live there. I can live right there. They make it look so, well, this is a real story, but the way that building looked back in the day when we're actual people there, a lot of people were very fond of it. Everybody likes a getaway place. Not everybody wants to go to the crowded portion. Not everybody goes to Georgia and wants to go to Atlanta. Not everybody go to California want to go to LA. Not everybody come to Missouri want to go to St. Louis. You find your own places to go. And you find a spot, you find a neighborhood, you find a community. You're like, okay, well, I can do this. And it may work for you, it may not. But the small town life is, I lived in a small town before, but it's not a small town anymore. It was very small when I moved there. Mooresville, North Carolina. Home of the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Yeah, it used to be Lowe's headquarters back in the day. It's again, when it was just small town. Everybody could go outside and they went, hey, how you doing, Mr. Tucker? Hey, Miss Thomas, how you doing? All right. Oh, that's a good-looking goat you got there. Oh, yes, I just got her yesterday. The small town life. Oh, man, it is something else for sure. I guess the clock is on the Dodgers. I don't want a rematch in the World Series. I don't. We've had those before. But if they keep pitching to Houston, Houston's going to end up back there. They keep pitching to that first baseman. Thought the Warriors want to do a little bit more, but hey, maybe that bye hurt them a little bit more than what they thought. The bats cooled off a whole lot more. I want to know what the Twins are going to bring to the table today. I want to see something today. Show me what you got. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Some teams just not afraid of nothing. Just give me any task. We'll complete it. I bet Coach writes on the board, we need 6 runs to win this. And they go out and get 6 runs. When you make the message clear and to the point, and you've prepared your team for that, it makes what? The task that much easier. I think that's the problem we're having on the gridiron, known as the NFL. But back to what I was saying. For those games you can't watch all of them the way you should on Sundays with the NFL, there are days during the week, especially Monday, you can catch those games and watch without the commercials. Some they let you watch the whole thing. And I watched that Chiefs-Minnesota game. How do referees sleep at night? How is that not a pass interference? So you can take your helmet off on the field of play in NFL, and it's not a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, doggy. What happened Sunday? Well, doggy. Even when my Broncos were winning, we never got no favorable calls like that. Never. My Florida Gators, okay. Maybe some favorable calls. Kentucky Wildcats, maybe. But not to the level that they're trying to push that girl down our throat with that tight end, with that quarterback, that funny voice in the catch-up stadium, owned by the catch-up people. The way they're trying to press and push this team down our throat is worse than the Dallas Cowboys trying to convince us they're America's team. Since when? What American team? And the burning of the jerseys, throwing them in the trash cans. Come on now. These are props. Those are fake jerseys, replicas. That TV was fake on the wall. Come on. Show me some real anger out there. Drive to the team headquarters. Find out who lived on that team, who was responsible. Ring the doorbell and say, you know why. See, that's showing some anger. Go to a press conference. Put the button press on your shirt. See if they'll let you walk in. And raise your hand and ask your question you want to be answered. What is not reviewable? If it's not reviewable, stop showing us the replay. How about that? If they can't look at it, we shouldn't be able to see it either. How about that? Like when a fan run on the field, we can't see it anymore at home. Give us the same treatment you are giving these referees. If it's non-reviewable, we should not be able to see it at home then. Take it, remove it from the network. Slide the camera to the booth. Put it on the cheerleader. Put it on the fan cam. Well, fan cam gets people in trouble during the playoffs because there's always somebody there with a felony that should not be drinking. And what they're doing, on camera drinking. So they're not learning the lesson at hand here. For boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for tuning into today's show. You can tune back in at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be going over episode 534 of Who's to Blame, the podcast. We'll do a live stream here, and we'll also have it up on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Don't forget to visit the website, www.dremontez.com for sure. Get you some lunch right now. Go do a little yard work if you need to. Yard work still need to be done. It's not that cold out there yet. Got them prune something. Get them leaves up. Walk that dog. And don't forget to have lunch today. And appreciate the details of the day today. Thank you so much. Until next time, that being tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. We'll talk to you later, guys. Thank you so much. Peace. And we out.